The fish exercise is really core training. It's a strong exercise for the core muscles, the waistline, and also mobilizing the spine itself, controlling the spine. So to start off with, just warming up, nice tall spine, twisting left and right, but already activating the core. Pull the belly in and activate the obliques at the side. You're trying to create this motion from the waistline. Just loosen up the arms, even the legs are relaxed, twisting left and right, but try to feel the alignment of the spine. And again now, sitting down into a little horse riding stance, not too deep. Hold the rib cage up, shoulders up and back, and the arms up, but still keep the belly pulled in. Now gently we're going to start to mobilize the spine, arch backwards and hunch forwards, but still controlling the waistline. Pull the belly in. Even when I'm leaning back here, still controlling the waistline, because I'm trying to stretch the spine, stretch it up nice and tall, and then bend it. Bend it backwards and then bend it forwards, pulling the belly in, curling in at the solar plexus. See, the hips go forward and the head goes forward, and then when you go back, the hips go back and the head goes back, arching back and hunching forward. Very carefully, very slowly. You've got to be careful with this exercise because the spine, of course, is delicate, but you've got to work with the muscles around the waistline. This will support the lumbar spine and support the whole spine. And the rib cage also. You see a slight expansion in the rib cage holds the arms up, and it helps to stretch up the spine and strengthen the spine. And once more, once you've done that, loosen up here, twisting left and right. Nice tall vertical spine. Easy and natural. It should feel nice and pleasant. And when you get the alignment right, you're just pivoting down the spine. It's easy. It feels nice. Everything should feel pleasant, like a nice morning stretch. Never any pain, not too much struggle, just a little bit. Now we're moving towards the exercise itself, just starting slowly, step by step. So lying down on the floor, stretching out a little bit, legs stretched out, arms up above the head, and all we're going to do is start arching backwards. So you pull my heels in and rise up onto the shoulders. Squeeze the glutes, drive the hips forward, just so that you rise off the floor. Now we do the opposite. You start to pull in the belly, pull in the knees, and rise up a little bit. Once you've done that, you can twist to the side. So again, we're nearly at the exercise. These are the different this is the basis of it. So here you're just practicing arching back and then twisting to the side and rolling over. But when you do this, the idea is to use the waistline only. You're controlling everything from the waistline. You see, I pull the belly in, then activate the obliques to twist over. Pull the belly in and activate the obliques to twist over. The knees come down, up, and the shoulders come down, the elbows come down rather, because I'm pulling in the waistline. There's no work in the legs, no work in the arms. And now you can see here, if you don't do the backwards arch, just do side to side rolling. This is getting closer to the full exercise. We're nearly there. But you can see the basis of it is like a fish flapping about on the ground. And it's all the movement must come from the waistline, the midpoint here. Pull the belly in, navel towards the spine, then activate the obliques to try and twist over. So when you hunch forward, curl forward, the knees go up and the arms come down, but not much work. There's no work in the arms and legs. They're relaxed. You're trying to take away all the work from the arms and legs and bring it right to the belly and the waistline. It's entirely core training. Now you could try it again a little bit harder, arms above the head, so you stretch out the arms. And again, you could do an arch back, but really the exercise is this now, just rolling side to side with the stretched out arms and legs. You see, you pull in from the belly and the obliques and bend. Then you come back to the middle, stretch out. Pull into the sides, bend, come to the middle, stretch out. Now you inhale as you stretch, exhale as you bend. Inhale, you stretch up, open the rib cage. From here, deep breath in, and then squeeze the air out, pull the belly in. Inhale, expand the rib cage. Exhale, pull in the navel towards the spine, squeeze the obliques, and squeeze the air out. You see, it's expansion and contraction of the belly, of the rib cage, and you do that with the breathing, but you're also twisting, so you've got to activate the obliques. It's a twisting motion. Now, even when you're standing up straight like this, you see, when you activate both sides of the obliques, it's like you're twisting both ways. You're twisting to the left and twisting to the right at the same time. Now we're going back to the first exercise again. These are all sort of supplemental exercises. That was the fish exercise we just did there. But look, from this position here, arms up behind the head, I can arch back and twist. So I'm arching back and twisting to the right. Then I do the opposite motion. Pull down, crunch in towards the left. So I lift up, arch back towards the right, but crunch down, pull in towards the left. Controlling again through the spine and the breathing. Inhale, expand, in particular the right rib cage. Feel the stretch all the way across. Exhale, I pull in the belly, pull in the left oblique in particular, squeeze out the air. Inhale, I arch up. Now we do the other way, arch back to the left, expand the left rib cage, but hunch down, crunch down towards the right, pulling in the right oblique muscle. Again, mobilizing the spine, expanding and contracting the rib cage and the belly, but always holding a tension in the belly, navel goes inwards. That's the important bit, activating the TA muscle, navel towards the spine, and keeping a stretch, a nice stretch through the spine. Again, it should feel pleasant. Stretch up the spine and then bend the spine. So you don't compact the spine, no sharp pain. It should feel nice. Go slowly, carefully, synchronizing the breathing. See, I'm moving the pelvis and moving the shoulders, moving the neck, but using the spine. Now here what I'm doing is alternately up to the left, down to the right. Then I go up to the right and then down to the left. So you can get a nice rhythm going. Feel it, play around with it. It's all about controlling the spine, controlling the waistline. And here, breathing now, hold the hands on the belly, twisting left and right, feeling the tension, just a slight tension, holding the belly in, activating the obliques. But energy now is spinning around and around your waist. You're collecting the energy inside the belly. That's what it's all about, building up the chi, building up the energy, and here in the belly is the safe place to collect a lot of electrical energy. But always loosen up the spine, roll the shoulders, loosen the neck, and stand up nice and tall. Now what we're doing is a sensitivity exercise. Again, this is moving towards martial arts, but you can see here we're starting to do the fish exercise, bending backwards and forwards, just practicing mobilizing the spine but controlling it from the waist. Now twisting. See, we're twisting, but the body is held fairly relaxed. The work is all in the waistline, holding up the spine, holding up the rib cage, pulling the belly in, activating the obliques, and now creating movement from the spine, from the waistline. It's called the chi belt. So trying to feel the movement from the spine and then gradually extend it out through the arms. But you're still maintaining this basic vertical alignment, sinking a little bit into the horse riding stance. I've still got a slight backwards arch in the lumbar, very slight anterior pelvic tilt, but the belly is pulled in to balance against it. It's the exact natural position of the spine. Again, it's not too much, just enough. You feel like you're sitting down in a chair, so the hips are open at the back, but also the toes are slightly apart in the front. That opens the hips in the front. I've got a stretch in the hip joint, but holding the belly in, holding the groin in, even the pelvic floor, slightly holding it in, and lifting up the rib cage, breathing deep into the rib cage. That lifts up the arms, lifts up the shoulders. Then I can create these little movements. We can play around, feeling the force, so we're trying to absorb someone pushing and also push back, but absorbing it all the way down into the waistline, into the belly, into the structure. So it's tricky to do. That's why you do it very slowly, very carefully. You've got to feel it. When you feel it, it's easy. You get a lot of strength, but not much effort. It's very efficient. And allow your legs to move, don't be static. Here now he's applying quite a lot of force, but just using the body weight. Body weight sinking down, and I'm absorbing it again using the structure. So I hope this made sense. The basic idea is mobilizing and strengthening the core. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in any of these other videos here.